I had came across a video and it was saying in your last relationship was one thing that you could have did better or you could have done. And then I saw this comment. I saw many comments. And I agree with this comment a lot because in my last relationship, I should have been left. And the first moment that he lied to me, it was a great red flag because when he lied to me, it wasn't a big lie, but it was a big lie. And the fact that at the time I was going through so much, I was going through so much financially, I was going through so much mentally and emotionally that when he finally told me the truth, because he had no choice but to tell me the truth, I just forgave him because at the time I didn't want to be lonely. I didn't want to be by myself and I just needed someone and I forgave him. But the moment that I forgave him, when he lied to me for the very first time that I known of, my trust in him was never the same after that. Even though I forgave him and we continue to be together, my trust for him wasn't 100%, and it never was. But I I knew that I should have left at that point. But this is why now I encourage people now that when you are in a low vibrational state, when you are not at your best self, when you are not feeling good about yourself, when you are not where you want to be, do not get into relationships. Because when you get in a relationship where you start dealing with someone and you know you are not at your best self, or you are not at your better self, or you are not in your best vibrations, you're going to find someone in that vibration where you are. And that person is not going to be able to love you the way that you need to be loved because the fact that you're in such a low vibrational state, that person is only going to love you in that low vibrational state. And the fact that I was dealing with him, I was in such a low vibrational state. When I begin to work on myself and be more better in who I am, that's when I noticed, this man really don't deserve me and I should really be with someone else. And the more that I kept evolving as a woman, as a person, the more I kept, high vibrating myself, I realized that this man is not loving me the way I need to be loved. And it's not that his love was changing for me. It's just that his love for me and the way that he loved me always been the same. But the fact that I was in such a low vibrational state in my life, I accepted that and that was good enough. But as I start, you know, loving myself more and knowing my worth and raising my vibrations and doing better for me mentally, psychologically, emotionally, I realized that the love that he was giving me, that's not the kind of love that I want. But when I was in my low vibrational state, the love that he was giving me was good enough. So as the years went on, every day I was fighting myself because myself, my higher self, is telling me to leave him. But my heart is saying, no, don't leave him. He's going to change. He's just going through something. You the best thing for him. You can help motivate him. But my mind is telling me this man is no good. This man is not going to change. This man is who he is. So I got my heart fighting with my mind. And my mind kept proving me right every time. The more I listened to my heart, the more I was continuing to be fucked. Because I'm loving a man that never changed. Because nothing about him ever changed. But I change emotionally, mentally, psychologically. I change. And when I change, I realize that I deserve 100%. Because at the time, I was so low. I was so drained emotionally until what he was giving me was like, I take it. That's just like having a job getting paid $10 an hour. And then when I finally get me a house and get me a car, now I need a job making $20 an hour. So now that I know my worth, I'm going to aim for that $20 an hour job. I can't settle for that $10 an hour job because I have evolved and gained so much. And I have gained so much emotionally. I have gained so much psychologically and mentally and spiritually until the love that he was giving me and the way that he was loving me was no longer fitting me. It was no longer good enough. But when I look at me and look at him, he always been the same. Nothing about him changed. He was still a liar. He was still a cheater. He was still a manipulative man. Everything about him has always been the same. But at the time, I was such in a low vibrational state until I accepted it and it was good enough. So I encourage everyone that if you know that you are not where you need to be mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically, if you are not where you want to be, do not get into a relationship because you was not going to find your match. And now where I am emotionally, where I am mentally, psychologically, and spiritually, I will never settle for a man that does not fit my needs for where I am right now. I can't settle anymore because I'm no longer in that low vibrational state anymore. I know what I deserve. I know what I want. I know what I need. I know what my heart needs. I know what my spirit needs. And I can't settle because I'm no longer in that state of mind. Even if I wanted to get in that state of mind, I can't go back because I have vibrated myself so high until I can go back to a manipulative man, a cheating, lying man, a man that gaslight, a man that doesn't know how to communicate, a man that don't know nothing about emotional intelligence. I can't go back to that because I'm so far beyond that until I can't even see myself dealing in that anymore. That is like against my whole being. But at first, I would settle for that. I would deal with that. Because at the time, I was such in a low vibrational state until I settled for it. This is why I always tell people that I am so used to settling because my vibrations have been low for so many years. I mean, so many years. Until now, I'm not, even though I'm still the crazy Ajita and I'm always the Ajita, but it's certain things about me that has changed. And the parts of me that has changed is that the part that I know my worth. I know my value. I know who I am. And I only want people in my life that is going to be where I am, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, and mentally. I only want to be around the people and the places and do the things that raises my vibrations high. And if I even sense that your vibrations is low, if I even sense that you are no good, you will no longer be in my life. You are not needed in my life. So one thing that I should have done in my last relationship was listen to my mind. Because if I would have listened to my mind, the moment that he lied to me, I should have left at that moment. Because your heart can be very deceiving. Your heart is very soft. It's very pure. Your heart can get over on you sometimes. Your heart can lead you the wrong way, but your mind is never wrong. And that's one thing that I'm mad at. I should have listened to my mind because I wouldn't have wasted 6 years. But always be at your best when you get into any type of relationship. Because when you are at your best, you are going to seek nothing but the best, And if you are not at your best, make sure that you got someone that is loving you and want to help you vibrate. Don't be with someone that is feeding you at your worst and it's feeding you the bare minimum, that's feeding you basically crumbs. If you are at a low vibrational state, make sure you got somebody in your life that is loving you hard, that is putting you on that pedestal, not telling you, but showing you. And that will help you. If you got somebody that is feeding your low vibration, that is feeding your trauma, let that person go. Because you will never really, if you don't know how to love yourself, if you don't know how to evolve yourself, you're going to always settle for breadcrumbs. And that's something that you was not worth. You was worth the world. You was worth the whole entire earth. And you can get it. Because it's good men and women out here. Now, I don't know where they at, though. But they out here.